we have a lot of activity today. So the way that this video started is that I was inspired by Jesus and the galactic team to put on a hat today and glasses, and I can feel that just before starting I could I could hear that that was a purpose for that, because what they want to talk about today has to do with doing something different, changing the routine. Sometimes when we have lived life, you can get into set habits of like, okay, whenever you go to the dressing room, you usually pick up the same type of clothing, and certain clothing is sort of like in the back of the closet type of thing, right? And the same with what you gravitate towards and what you want to watch. Like you're getting more and more set in your ways of what you like, what you don't like. But what we like to share is that when you get so set in your ways, that is... was it a bug? I don't know. I just saw something. Let me refuel here. So, when you get into a funk with anything and things become a habit, you are not fully connected with the body. It's actually not the main purpose of having this experience. Because many beings think that, oh, they've been in this experience before. And so they just need to sort of like put their life on automatic because they're used to working with something that they don't fully enjoy, but they do it for other reasons, let's say just to get money. And that sets up a pattern. And that means that you have to sell your soul, so to speak. You have to do things that you don't fully align with in order to get that, because you think that you have a certain disposition in your knower. You see? And so the teaching is to release those things, so that there is pure energy flow. Because when there is pure energy flow, you can receive. It seems like you're receiving it from your higher self, but the more you align to it, it will not seem higher to you. It will seem like it's just right here. It's just right close to me. And that is what Kenneth is experiencing more and more, because he knows now what energy is leakage. And it's so important to be in alignment with your own values and what you want to experience here. Because if you're doing something to get something else, you are creating two realities. And you're creating an imbalance of your soul. Like this is what in the Bible, and like it's been taught to, like, oh, you're sinning because you're going against God. I mean, they used it as almost like a punishment. Well, it isn't a punishment, but it's still energetically, we have to look at what we're doing with our energy. And they were well-meaning, all of these religious teachings. They were doing the best that they could with the level of understanding and comprehension. And with that, people project what they have disowned. That doesn't mean they don't do them. It just means that they've disowned them. And so the whole purpose is to recalibrate back to accept fully who you are. Also in shadow, also what you think. But it's not like because you are everything. Yes, you are everything. But if you get into that, you're getting too far into like this spiritual la-la land. It's not really where we're meant to head as a human collective. We're meant to land more in the middle so that there's more... Let me just do this. Let's see here. We're meant to land in the middle so that there's more of the masculine, more invested in the feminine and bringing that to balance within himself, and the same with the woman, seeking more to calibrate as a whole humans, and then we can come together and then see what magic we get to build when two or more individuals are self-contained, self-governed. Think about it. If we are all governing ourselves from within, we have so much effect on this planet, and we are aligned. At least we can be aligned on that. Exactly what expression? That's very unique. Find your unique way to express yourself, even if it's with a hat or glasses, whatever it is that sparks some joy. Sometimes just do something different. Do the things that you actually secretly hate a little bit, or you get a little bit annoyed, or work with that. Those are hidden areas that you don't usually walk down. But when you do decide to walk down them, you are opening pathways of energy to different experiences of this human plane. When you decide to do something so simple as to wear a hat, that puts the body in a particular... There is an energy with this hat that sort of the body feels. And that's a lot of fun for the body, because the body enjoys to be uplifted. And that's a wonderful thing. We should honor that in the body. This is why beings expressing themselves is a very healthy thing. Very healthy. That shows that that individual feels free and safe enough to express their creativity, their beauty, their whatever it is, in whatever shape that takes for each individual. And you can shape that as well, because you are the creator of your reality. And you are the one, the only one that can make this shift. You are the only one that can make other choices, looking at things in a different way, so that you can take a different path that you haven't taken before. Because if you're doing the same things and doing the same habits as well, very likely that you might end up in the same place as you used to. That's why we have instilled 28 days of consciousness shift, where we dive each day and we shift and we course correct with Gaia, maneuvering all of the cycles and getting back in our energy, back in sync with Gaia, the way that she is meant to, in connection with Gaia, connection through the body, reading the energy of the human caliber every 13 and readjust ourselves constantly. This is something we constantly have to do to maintain a steady flow of what we want to manifest. This is to perfect the flow state. If you truly wish to master being a human. This is how you perfect that. As many people call it, flow state, right? We're using that because that is a very hip and trendy word that Kenneth also uses. And today, we shifted. We traversed frequencies up scales. I'm not sure exactly how many. That I haven't developed the sensitivity to be able to read, but I can tell when we have reached another scale. Sometimes we have jumped a few up, and that is the sensitivity that the ingraining yourself more into this way of being will give you. It will give you more of that sensitivity, because there is a path to learning this, to sensitize yourself to your body again, to reconnect with your body again. It is the most important thing that you can do as a human, is to walk a different path and see a different result. Right? Do something different that you haven't done before. For example, start our free 28-day consciousness shift, where you commit to one video and one task every single day, delivered to your email. You can sign up by clicking on the link in the description. Committing to that, because what you are consuming, your body will resonate with. And so if you are choosing higher frequency content, your body will naturally gravitate more towards that. It is like your light receptors. They are seeking light. And those light receptors, when someone has more light, you feel that, your body feels that, and it becomes like a pull. Sometimes people don't even know why they're pulled there, but they are. And here they are. Right? Your body is pulled towards the light, regardless of what comprehension the knower seems to be influenced by. We're here to elevate in frequency and dare to do something different today, so that you change something about your life that can have a tremendous effect. We're looking forward to hear your wonderful stories and your elevation in frequency. It is a magical journey, and it is one that is available here for you to walk just like you do any other program. This is highly intuitive, very geared towards syncing you back in tune with your body, where you get the connection from your guides and teachers, and you get that link up yourself. All right, that's what we wanted to share. Thank you so much. Consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Ciao.